Hey there, Gemini. Hope you guys are doing well. Mwah. Much love to you guys. I did change the format a little bit. I'm going to start with the first week of every month. I know I'm a little behind schedule, so it's going to be the first week, second week. The first week I'm going to make the general, whatever spirit wants to let through to you to know for the month. And the second week I'm going to focus on love. So give me a comment below. Let me know if that's what you want, or do you want spiritual growth? Like, what do you want in these zodiac videos? Let me know. The format right now is general. The following week it will be love, and the third and fourth week I'll just do little minor touch-ups. And throughout the week I'll of course continue putting up the previous channeled messages for you guys, but let me know if that's what you want. And this month I'm also offering personal recorded videos. So if there's an area in your life that you would like a little bit more support than these general videos can provide, just click on down on the link below, and I'm offering those for the month of January or until they sell out. Without further ado, Gemini, I'm going to channel spirit for message first, and then I have a full-on Celtic cross pulled for you. Okay, so Geminis, you need to let go. You need to let go. You need to let go. This is letting go of the past. We don't want to necessarily use the word forgiveness, but the part that we would encourage you to let go of is that no one intentionally tried to hurt you, no matter how much they may have pinned you down or how extreme the action was. It was a learned behavior from their childhood. You know that saying, most abusers are often the most hurt people themselves? We're not saying you have to forgive them. We're not saying you have to love them. We're not saying you have to become best friends with them again. But what's happening is that there's walking around with a little bit of a guard, a little bit of an edge, a little bit of, if they treated me this way, then who am I to be worthy of love now? So we want to kind of help bring that limiting belief to the forefront for you, to let go of how they treated you, to be no reflection of who you are today and what you're worth today. So they can kind of set yourselves free this month, Gemini. Set yourselves free so that you can play the wouldn't it be nice? The if I could have it all my way. You know, here's some experiences that I would love to allow into my life. I'm curious if they can come in, how they could come in. Allow yourself to explore, to dream the big picture this month, Gemini. The more you can let go of the past and I don't like how I was treated, so I don't have to be friends with them, but I no longer walk around with a guard on, because in my new reality, I'm now allowing in these types of experiences. And keep tending to your vortex. Keep tending to your emotion after this. It did feel good having that conversation. It did feel good when this happened. It did feel good bumping into that old-time friend. It did feel good when this happened easy for me. Bring your attention and kind of relish a good 10, 20, 30 seconds, everything that feels good. That's what will raise your vibrations to usher in a whole new kingdom and reality for you Geminis this month. Okay, Geminis, so that was your channel message from Spirit. I've got the cards already pulled for you. And I went ahead and used 2 decks this time, so you're going to get 2 cards for every area just to get you that much more information. Okay, so for the basis of the month, you've got for the basis of the month, you have hold on, let me get this right. You've got the 7 of Michael reversed, and you've got the worthiness upright. You've got it crossed by the 2 of Raphael and empowerment. Hey, so that means you guys are trying to allow in a more loving life, whether it be a brand new partner. It could very well, because it's the 2 of Raphael, it could be a new person entering your life. Ooh la la. It may not be, though. It can just be about increasing and expanding your love vibration. But the reason why this is coming up, this is the underlying reason. So starting with the underlying reason, you have the wheel reverse and you have the time to move on clarifier card. So the wheel card, guys, it is a major arcana card. It's that soul level lesson. It's that life-altering life lesson. You know, once you graduate high school, there's no going back. That's the wheel. But it's also just like high school. You don't have a choice as to when you graduate or when you don't. It's like, you either graduate or you're out, and you go later to finish up the degree or maybe do whatever it is you're going to do. Because the wheel is all about those life-altering changes and lessons you have to learn that come at you no matter what, okay? It's reversed. So that means that there is a little bit of you that is in denial. You're intentionally trying to delay it. It's kind of like maybe it's that time where you got hired at a new company. So you know you have to give notice to the company you're at, but oh my God, my boss is going to get mad at me. For whatever reason, you're not telling the old company that, hey, I'm leaving. Okay, so it's kind of like the change is coming. You know it's coming, and there's just a little bit of denial around it, a little bit of trying to pussyfoot around it, a little bit of just not trying to take action, a little bit of denying it, a little bit of like trying to just avoid the issue, but it's being clarified by the time to move on. Okay, so let's give you some more info on that. So again, you got goes this way. You've got the Seven of Michael reversed and the worthiness. Okay, so that's the underlying core reason as to why it's coming up, that there is a huge life change for you that's coming up. And you're just kind of like in a little bit of denial. The reason why that's coming up though is that you're not fully seeing that there's a better way to handle the situation. You're not seeing that there's a better way to grow and expand. And it does boil down to worthiness, but I'm going to explain worthiness to you in a way where it actually makes sense versus the cycle where people beat themselves up. Oh, I know, I just don't feel worthy of that good thing. No, cut that out. We're going to do something different. But what this can relate to, we're going to use the example of if you graduated high school. You're kind of trying to deny, like, oh, fuck, I got to get a job and pay my own bills now. Oh, I'm not prepared. I'm just going to, like, live at home with mom and dad another couple months. Not saying that's bad, guys, because I get it. Like, shit is just way more expensive now for our generation than back in the day. You know, my grandpa told me that his rent when he was going to college was $30 a month for $30 a month. He split the studio with 3 guys. I was at, like, $900 a month when I was in college. Like, come on, guys, there's inflation. So don't be hard on yourselves is the point of that. But it's about recognizing that there's a little bit of kind of trying to jump to conclusions, a little bit of trying to jump to, well, this will be the answer. This is what I'll now spend my time on. This is my solution, when the real thing that you got to be focusing on is worthiness. And so worthiness is more, it's not what's wrong with me. It's more, okay, I was born into this kind of a lifestyle, this kind of a livelihood, this kind of way I expected to be treated. You know, how your parents often treat you is how you do kind of grow up expecting the respective sex to treat you. So if let's say you were born without one of the parents, that means you have no idea with how men should treat you or how women should treat you, whichever parent was a little absent. So worthiness is more, just take a look at, you know, if someone were to come in and offer you a fully paid trip, would you take it and feel good, or would you take it and feel bad, or would you, no, not for me, don't worry, other people need it more than me? Just take an inventory. If someone were to offer you a trip, would you take it? If someone were to offer to buy your groceries for you for a month, would you take it? If someone were to offer you a back rub, would you immediately go to back rub them? Would you take it and receive it and enjoy it? Would you take it, receive it, enjoy it, and then feel obligated to give them a back rub back? Just take an inventory of what will you allow into your life via other people? Just so you know what your starting point is. And then maybe do what Spirit said, would you like to experience just getting a back rub from someone else without feeling that sense of obligation to give back? Just play around with that inventory list that you're going to make. And don't jump to, this is the solution. Because there's a little bit of, I don't want to say clingy, it's just a little bit of kind of jumping to, here's the answer. Like, here's the answer to my prayer. Here's my manifestation. You guys know how it works. Sometimes you're on the journey of getting ready to be getting ready to be getting ready to be getting ready. So let's use a partner as an example. You want to get married and have a family, right? There's a journey of getting ready to be getting ready to be getting ready to be ready. Maybe this partner, you really learn about your self-worth. Maybe it's in a bad way because they were that, crazy narcissist who taught you how you don't want to be treated. Or maybe it was just a person, part of the journey who's supposed to show you the possibilities of how you can be treated. But they're maybe not quite the one. So it's, you don't know where you're at. You don't know if it's the end result or you don't know if you're on the journey. So don't jump in and go, oh my God, this is the end all result. Just how do you feel when you're doing it? Do you enjoy it? Do you, whatever you're doing, whether it be love, whether it be a new job, whether it be starting your own company, is like, does it feel good to put an offer out there? When you put an offer out there, does it feel good with the clients you're doing? The clients you're seeing. So really tap into more about how do you feel as you go through this? Because if you jump to the end all be all, this is the solution, this is what I'm now going to spend my time on, this is what I'm now going to be doing, you're avoiding the life lesson, which is definitely about how much good you'll allow into your life. It's kind of like there's almost like a little bit of repentance going on, there's just a little bit of repentance there. Like, I had it so good, now I got to suffer a bit, or I just got to settle for this. There's a little bit of that in there. So just take an inventory of stock and see where you guys are at. So in terms of what's crossing all of this, what the challenge is, you got the Two of Raphael upright and the Empowerment card. So the reason why all of this is coming in, it very likely is a new little romance. It very likely is. It's twofold here. It could be a new romance, or it could be a new friendship, or it could be a new mentorship. There's definitely very likely someone new in your life who is helping you increase the amount of love you allow yourself to receive. It's definitely increasing all the ways you can let love come in. You know, read the book, The 5 Love Languages. There's 5 main ways that people love to show love and people love to receive love. And it definitely has to do with empowerment. So you're definitely, this worthiness that was there, it's definitely kind of helping and opening your eyes to how much good you can now allow into your life. It's kind of like you either came over a struggle period, you overcame a hurdle. It could be that time where, you know, you were working 2 jobs because you just had to save money, you had to pay that debt off, you had to, you know, do your thing, and now you're like, oh, I don't have to work those 2 jobs anymore. So instead of recognizing, oh, I can quit the job and start to enjoy life again, move on the wheel, there's a little bit of, well, I wouldn't know what to do with my time, so I'm just going to keep working 2 jobs. Guys, if you were used to working 2 jobs, or maybe you're working 1 job where it's all the time, 7 days a week, the first day you take off, of course you're going to feel awkward. You don't know what to do. You're used to going to work. You're used to doing what they're telling you to do. You can feel awkward. It's kind of like, you know, like you ran. When you stop, you're like, whoo, the adrenaline rush is gone. Or, you know, when you go on that spinning machine at the Ferris or the festival or like those theme parks, when it stops spinning, you of course still feel like you're still spinning a bit. Or if you've ever gone to the beach and you were in the water all day, when you get out of the beach, you're like, whoa, I still feel like the water. The waves are still pushing me a little bit. Okay, so that's the same. It's called momentum. You have momentum built up with like working all day. If you take a day or 2 off, you're avoiding feeling that awkward feeling of aka adjusting, walking normally, adjusting, walking on land. Guys, you cannot stay in the ocean all day. You're not mermaids. You're not whales. You're walking creatures. You're land creatures. You got to get over that little bit of an awkwardness feeling that you're feeling so that you can allow all the good stuff, this to come through, the empowerment, the feeling more love. So there's a little bit of awkwardness you got to navigate through. There's a little bit of like feelings from the past that you may not want to feel, but it's ultimately, well, I'll tell you the outcome, but it's really about you kind of waking up to, oh, this is the kind of life that I could lead now. And I could definitely tell you, given these cards, it is definitely about a lot less stress in your life. So your life's about to get a lot less stressful, guys. So go Gemini, and just remember, you're not a whale. You're not a mermaid. Okay, in terms of what's happened in the recent past, oh, wow. Okay. So I'm sending you some love, Geminis. You got a lot of major arcana cards in here, so this is definitely a month of some serious upheaval for you. A lot upheaval. By upheaval, I mean a lot of change. I can't tell you if it's good or bad. It's just all the cards that you got are, you're in a little bit of denial. You're not seeing the whole picture, and there's change out of your control coming at you. It's not indicating whether it's good or bad. Some of you it's going to be good, some of it's going to be bad. Comment below. Let me know what's going on. Like, I'll help you in the comments if I can. But in your recent past, you got the change your life. This is the Tower reversed in traditional tarot. So this is this is also where like change is thrown at you that's outside of your control. Okay, but it's reversed, so that means you're not handling it well. It's bothering you more than you are. Combined with the contemplation time, that means it's definitely, instead of like what the other card said about jumping straight to, oh, this is what I'll now do with my time, this is my answer to my prayer. Contemplation time, it's a little bit more time. Take the time. If you want to meditate. And meditation is simply focus on how do you feel right now and just hear yourself. Oh, I feel sad. Oh, I feel this way. And then ask yourself, like, why do I feel that way? Explore your emotions a bit right now. Because there's definitely a little bit of cleaning up of your emotions you got to do this month, guys. So the change that was outside of your control happened. Maybe it was a divorce. Maybe it was you were fired. Maybe it was you were promoted and you hate it. Just change outside of your control, and you need to take some time and process those emotions. You need to take some time and process, well, what do I now want to do? And if you don't have the answer of what you now want to do, that's okay. Your journey of getting ready to be getting ready to be getting ready to be getting ready. You're at a stage of, maybe I want to do this. Maybe I want to do that. Maybe I want to do this. Maybe I want to do that. It's okay to be at a period of exploration, a period of exploring what it is you want to do next. Okay, in terms of what's going on for you right now, okay, it definitely looks like you are starting something new, and it's watch your thoughts though, okay? So you're starting something new, whatever it might be like off the topic of the change that happened that you didn't like, but you're starting something new. This is just always encouraging you to try to see the silver lining, or maybe it's not silver lining, maybe it's just try to see the positive of it instead of getting back into that worry, instead of getting back into that self-doubt, okay? In terms of what's going on in the future for you, okay, so this is actually good, okay? This is an indication that it is good change for you, Gemini. You got the world upright. The world is very similar to the wheel, that it's a life-altering change. It's once the change happens, you can't go back, okay? But this one tends to be a little bit positive, and it tends to be you kind of know what's coming. It's not all of a sudden, it's not out of the blue. It's like, you know, you're graduating from high school, and you're like planning ahead for what are you going to do afterwards. So in the and it does look like in the future you're going to kind of self-soothe and self-cope, and you're going to like kind of be okay with the change. And it looks like you are going to kind of learn the lesson of, well, let me explore my options. When I go to guitar lessons, how does that feel? When I start dating, how does that feel? When I go to the movie, how does that feel? When I take this pottery class, this hobby, how do I feel? So it does look like coming into the future, the second half of the month, you are going to kind of embrace the change, and you are going to like explore all the different ways to be like the new you. To be a little cliche. In terms of your personal power this month, ooh, you guys are getting a good card. Okay, I'm gonna be surprised if there is not love in your life, a new love, a renewed love, maybe rekindled love, maybe just you and your partner start working together on the same team. I'm gonna be a little surprised if that's not going on, so comment below, let me know. Because your personal power this month, you got the Ten of Raphael, and this is like the happy end-all, happy family life card. And you got the new dawn with it. So this is definitely your personal power is to like hold on that happy family life is there for you. It may or may not be whatever current person you might be dating, but it's holding on to like your life is about to take a whole new positive change. You're definitely going to have a lot more empowerment. You're definitely going to have a lot more control, with a positive meaning to the word control. You're just definitely going to have more say as to the experiences that you allow in. So hold on that you can have that extremely happy time of your life. It's coming. You can have it. So whatever maybe old emotions you might be processing, your personal power is to know that that happy life that you want is yours. In terms of outside influences, interesting. Okay, outside influences, this is really interesting. Outside influences, they're definitely, the angels and the spirit guides are definitely trying to tell you that like you're safe now. No one can harm you. No one outside of you is going to attack you. Like you're safe and protected. You've done a good job building your own castle, building your own sense of safety. And it's kind of like, you know, sometimes when you, maybe let's say you grew up in like an abusive household, when you move out of the house and you're able to pay your own bills, sometimes you still can be in like lack mindset, scarcity mindset around money because you're a new human being just figuring out this money making thing. But then as you get older and you start to earn more money and you're like, okay, all my bills are paid, I actually feel very stable and secure there. Sometimes you could still carry around the energy that you're still in flight or fight mode. You're still in like danger mode. You're still just carrying that energy from when you were younger. So it's more about just kind of taking the time. You got that contemplation card. It's about taking the time to just, hey, what does scare me? Worst case scenario, what's the worst thing that could happen to me right now? What am I, is there anything that I'm worried that might happen? Just make that list so you can take an inventory of where you're at right now. Be okay with where you're at and then kind of recognize like, oh, I am a little worried of my mom coming and taking this away from me. Of course I am. When I was 7, 8, 9, anytime I got anything, she would take it from me. I got ice cream, she would grab it in my hands and take it. So of course I'm worried about my mom coming in and taking my house that I work for myself. Self-soothe, self-validate, and kind of just recognize that you've created a decent life for yourselves now, Gemini. You've created a solid base for yourself, and no one can come and take it away from you. Okay, in terms of, this one is the hopes or fears card. All right, so you definitely have a decision that you need to make, guys. Your hopes or fears card, okay, this is interesting. You got the perspective reverse, and this is a major arcana card again. So you guys are definitely going through a lot of change. I've never seen this many major arcana cards in a spread before. So how this relates to hopes or fears, it's almost as if you are like, it's kind of like like a good thing that came into your life recently. It's kind of like, this is the end all be all. That's my hope. This is what I always wanted. Here's the answer. Here's the solution. But you got to couple it up with like the fear side of this. It's a little bit of, what if I'm afraid of being alone. I'm afraid of like, this is actually pretty interesting. You're not allowing yourself to see that there's a different way to approach this. So your hope is that this is the end all be all answer, but the fear, it's like an underlying, like if I hate using this word, but subconscious, outside of your control, you're not conscious of this fear is what I'm trying to say. You're not conscious. The hope is that the recent good thing that came into your life is the answer. You're set, you're good. There's an unconscious fear here that you're just not aware of it, and it's definitely about your life, man. So the best advice, Spirit, is there anything? The best advice is more like, take the time to inventory and tend to your emotions this month so they don't just bank on this one. It's kind of like, if you're applying for a job, most people do not just apply for one job and that's it. Most people will apply for multiple, hoping you get multiple offers and then you have your choice. You don't want to apply for one and then, please God, let it be this one, let it be this one. You may get it, okay? You might get it. You might have a strong chance of getting it. But why not increase your odds and apply to 3 companies, 10 companies, 30 companies? And then instead of just praying like, I hope I get this one, it's, which one do I get to choose from? One's a little bit more empowered, okay, guys? In terms of the outcome for this month. Okay, all right. So you are definitely going to tap back into discover, like the cliche, who are you, what do you like doing? It looks like you are going to kind of, maybe you'll take this video seriously. Comment below or give me a thumbs up if you like the video. It looks like the end of the month is definitely a month of you knowing more of who you are, what you do and don't like. It could be in a relationship. What are your boundaries? What do you want from a partner? What do you not? It can be from work. What's the type of money you want to make? What's the type of job role that you want? You definitely have a very positive outcome this month, Gemini. So I'm happy for you guys to hear that. But definitely comment below, guys. And if you want a personal video, just book the link below. You'll be redirected to a standard checkout page, and you'll get to ask questions as well as get a general from Spirit. So you're going to get both. It's going to be a lot of nitty-gritty, good detail for you to go forward. If you want that, I am offering. That is what Spirit guided me to offer this month. So I look forward to whoever that helps. But if you liked the video, I'd much appreciate a thumbs up. And to everyone who donates, thank you so much. It really helps me do this, and I love doing this. So there's a link below for that if you'd like to donate to contribute and kind of sponsor the channel a bit. But I love you guys, and I will be back on very soon to make the love reads, probably in about a week. Bye.